Hello, my name is Nicolas Wagner. I'm a PhD candidate at Ulm University as a member of the Dialog Systems Group. In the following talk, I will present the comparison of different moderation strategies in group chat interaction with multi-user chatbots. First, I want to explain why there is need for research on multi-user chatbots. In daily life, humans are often in situations where they have to make decisions and solve tasks together in a group. At work, for example, you need to coordinate with your colleagues, but also in a private environment, you occasionally want to discuss something with friends. By now, many of these tasks can be solved remotely through the use of messenger applications like WhatsApp or Telegram, which is much more convenient for users. However, although most users are accustomed to group chats, it is still uncommon to have a conversational agent as a partner in such a group. While there already exist a number of chatbots designed to interact with a single user, research also needs to address chatbots intended for group conversations, since it is not possible to directly transfer single-user interaction concepts to multi-user domains. The research question is accordingly, how should a group chatbot behave during a multi-user and multi-turn conversation? To gain insight into this topic, we opted for a domain that is occurring very frequently. Several persons have to make an appointment. Here, users are given the tasks of agreeing on the day, a time, and a meeting point within the next week. During their discussion, a chatbot should help them solve their problem. In our scenario, all team members communicate in a Telegram group chat. To address the research question, we subsequently developed 4 different moderation strategies. The main difference between these strategies was the way the chatbot intervened in the conversation between the users. Now let's have a look on these 4 strategies. First, the baseline strategy. Here, if users have a request, they have to explicitly ask for support. This means that the bot will not start interacting with users until someone writes help or something similar. Next, the notification behavior triggers a system reaction when any user specifies a date or time. The response is the indication if all users will be available or if at least one person is already occupied. However, the system does not mention which user is busy, nor does it provide further assistance. Originally, the private negotiation strategy behaves similar to the notification one, but there is an additional function in the case of a scheduling conflict. If a user proposes a time and one of the others already has another appointment there, the bot is able to text the user individually. For this, the system will create a new private chat to the respective person and ask if the already existing event should be moved. If the person agrees, the system will shift the dates in the calendar and inform the group that the proposed time slot is now available. Finally, the group negotiation strategy tries to solve the scheduling conflict directly in the group chat. By doing so, we assume that this will put more pressure on users to agree to the proposed rescheduling and to participate in the discussion. For the subsequent user study, we evaluated the chatbot behaviors with 40 participants paired into 20 teams. It should be mentioned that we intentionally limited our study to the team size of 2 users in order to exclude major influence of group dynamics as confounding variable. A declaration of consent was obtained from all participants. In general, users rated all 4 bots as useful and user-friendly. There were also some notable trends related to the multi-user context. Users felt that the chatbots treated them equally and fairly, and they perceived the suggestions of the bot as helpful for their decision-making. Moreover, acceptance and efficiency were rated high, independently of the applied moderation strategy. However, the notification and both negotiation strategies had higher usability ratings than the baseline strategy. For the exact statistical values, please see our paper. To come to a conclusion, the conducted user study showed that the chatbots were easy to use and robust, which can be considered as highly efficient. Apart from this, the results provided several indicators of the user's preferences, which could be used for the development of future group chatbots. For future work, we also want to evaluate our systems with 3 or even more users. Thank you very much for your attention.